It's Mari McInerney from Croakey here, and I'm speaking with the incoming president of ASMIRT. Naomi, could you introduce yourself and your background?
Yeah, Naomi Gibson. I'm a Townsville born and bred radiographer. Second generation, work at the Townsville University Hospital. My passions are probably more along the lines of good general diagnostic radiography, and MRI is the modality that's the one that is the thing that I have always had a great interest in.
What led you to that?
To radiography or MRI?
Both.
Radiography, Dad's a radiographer. And when it came to university, it was just, we grew up going into his private practice Saturday mornings, helping out, talking to patients. So at sort of a young age, we were quite comfortable with speaking with older people and chats, and they were all taken with the fact that my sister did it too, these two young girls would be helping out and running around and talking to people and stuff. So it felt natural, and I knew enough about the profession that it was what I want. MRI wasn't long into being a graduate radiographer, and this new amazing machine had just started at our university hospital, and it was just like, this is where I need to be. Yeah, so it's a wonderful machine technology, and you actually have these fantastic outcomes for patients that you help make the doctors make these decisions for them. Yeah.
So they're basically themes too from the conference and what's facing the whole profession at the moment, of the idea of patient-centred care plus new technology. What are the issues facing the profession as you come in now as president?
Recruitment and retention still is an issue for the profession, and we know that it's only going to get worse before we can get better. So the society's looking into potential other workforce models, or as Tom Stephan said earlier, this morning, that we're best to look into everything and try everything to see what we can do to enhance this workforce.
And looking outside the profession, scope of practice, working with other professions in this, where do you see hope and where do you see challenge?
I'd love to see advanced practice become a bit more mainstream across the states and being recognised, because there's advanced practice, but then there's regulators actually recognising advanced practice. And then there's the specialising with people, trying to encourage radiographers to actually see there's more to turning up to work every day, that there's the building that passion, wanting to do some research, wanting to actually look into the higher advanced modalities or the advanced skills in the radiation fields, radiation therapy fields, just seeing what's out there, what can you do to improve your skills and development. And then at the lower end of the scale, there's also discussions about whether the medical imaging assistant role has some value in taking on some of the low-value care tasks that we have in our roles, to try and reduce the stress and the anxiety that the radiographers have with this impact of there's more demand on them every single day.
And any particular issues for rural and regional Australia?
I think it's retention. Queensland government a couple of years ago actually brought in the paid scheme to try and attract people to Queensland workforce. And then there was the payment at the 12-month mark. Unfortunately, in my centre, it's actually not been that successful. As soon as that 12-month mark came, they've scooted home again and taken the money. But I'm sure in other sites that I have, as workforce demands are going to be increased, we're currently enhancing our services by providing CT in our regional sites. We're going to have to increase the workforce, and us being able to actually support those radiographers in those sole roles, or two people sort of roles, the larger sites are going to have to actually support them more, because with more advanced imaging becomes a greater lot of workload and expectations on them.
You've been Vice President. Have you come into the presidency with a particular set of achievements you want to reach, or a journey you want to go on?
I'm hoping that I actually pick up where Carolyn has left, and continue to actually work towards some of those strategic things that the ASMIRT board wishes to achieve with advanced practice, with supporting our students in the paid poverty issues that are going on. And then the other one that's probably a little bit closer to home for me is ensuring that our community are only having their MRIs with radiographers performing the examinations.
That sounds like quite an agenda.
I'm hoping.
Fantastic. Can I just ask on a personal level, what does your job mean to you? What are the great moments?
I think it's serving the community. I love the fact that I do my little bit to make someone's day better. And it's all about service for me. Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, this is your first conference as president.
Yes.
What's your takeaway from it? What have been the highlights? Have there been surprises?
I've quite enjoyed seeing numerous talks where the presenters of experience are actually sharing their experiences and actually nurturing and wanting to mentor people and giving advice and helping people and making people realise that there's more to this profession and there's wonderful opportunities out there. And yeah, I'm quite encouraged by seeing what the others have been giving.
Didn't stand out presentation?
I actually haven't seen that many, to be honest. I quite enjoyed this session this morning on practice. I've kind of been drawn to the clinical educators giving talks about, and even simple one that I've just seen about giving presentations. So Steve Lacey, the Director of Education's just stepped up and gave a very interesting talk in trying to help everybody how to make their presentations better, which is fabulous because it just might give somebody that little bit of confidence boost to present next year.
Fantastic. Is there anything else you'd like to say either to the medical radiation sciences community or to a broader public health community?
Just to our MRPs out there, get engaged, get involved, because we could learn something from them and they don't know what they're going to learn from us. Yeah. It's been a fabulous conference. Very encouraging.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.